Good morning, everyone, and welcome to British Biological's Extraordinaire. My name is Rashmi Sumeshwar. I'm a part of the learning and development team here at British Biologicals. On the 25th of December, we had conducted the first part of the series Extraordinaire. Today, we will discuss the second part of the same series. Due to the excitement that Extraordinaire brought about during our last session, we have decided to live stream on YouTube on this channel, The Protein People. As we are live streaming, you can pass on the link to your family and friends. Today we're going to talk about body shape and how best to contour it. Just to let you know, you can also chat with us through the uh, chat available on this channel. We will try and answer all your questions towards the end of the PPT. We'll just start the PPT now. Welcome to Extraordinaire. Today we're going to talk about clothes and body shape. We started this last time on the 25th of December, so I'll just give you a little preview about it. Two basic elements when you style yourself to create a visual appeal. One is color and the second one is texture. In color we talk about the face, neck, the hue, your skin tone, and the shape of your face and neck. So as to how you could exercise yourself, that's what we did the last time. Today we're going to talk about body shape, how to dress by contouring to your individual body shape. What is the ideal body shape and what we can do to contour to come as close as we can towards the ideal body shape, right? Texture, material, lines and other things we will be talking about as the session rolls out. Right, going into the first one, clothes power. Why do we say clothes power? Evaluating and controlling the impact of your appearance on yourself, others, and for the achievement of your goals, right? So why are we talking about clothes in that way? The way you present yourself, the way you dress will automatically uh, make you come closer to your goals. It'll help you to achieve your goals for that particular day or that particular week or that particular month. What is it that you want from your particular life? When we're talking about clothes, let's talk about the 4 A's. They're very, very important. One is appropriate. Is the way you are dressed that way appropriate for that particular occasion? Whether it is coming to office, regular office work, professional work, or you are having a function that day and you're going for that, or it's a wedding or something else. So the clothes that we would wear ideally on to office will not look appropriate when we are having a small puja or a small function at home, and accordingly the small function outfit will not look good when we are going for somebody's wedding or something like that. So what is appropriate for that particular occasion, the occasion of the day? You have to think about that first. Second thing, whether it is attractive to you. When you stand in, after you have dressed, when you stand in front of the mirror, are you happy with what you see? Is very, very important. So more than anyone else, it has to be first attractive to you. So how will that come about? That will come about when you are authentic. Authentic meaning bringing your style, your way of dressing, your ideas into what you have worn that day. Doesn't matter what is the goal, but it has to be authentic to you. What do you prefer? If I give you an example for that, as I'm a lady, I'm going to talk about it in that way. Um, a plain white salwar kameez, okay, a plain white salwar kameez with a dupatta. I would style it with some silver jewelry and things like that. Somebody else would style it with some colorful beads, earrings, necklace and chain. Someone else could style it with a very simple gold necklace and small gold earrings and a ring or something like that. Third person will style it with some ceramic ware. Fourth person could style it with some wooden work. Fifth person could style. So it depends. What is your authenticity? You know, what appeals to you? What is your particular style? that is something that will come across when you are presenting yourself or dressing yourself, right? So that becomes very important for any image to be attractive to you, right? And of course, affordable. When I say affordable, what does it mean? Is affordable not going for brands? No, actually it's a total opposite. Okay, we see something on the street, we pick it up, 300 400 rupees, and we say, oh, I got this so cheap and things like that. But how long does it actually last to us? How long can we actually wear it? 2 3 times, maybe sometimes in the first wash itself it just falls apart, right? So you're spending 3 400 rupees, but if you go and buy a branded shirt or a branded top, then what happens is it'll last you for a year and a half, 2 years. It'll probably cost you double of what you could buy from the street, but in the long run it becomes cheaper for you to wear a branded shirt or top. So that is what I mean, affordable. Okay, only someone who can buy something quickly and throw it away are the extremely rich. It's not for us, right? So affordable, that's why we have termed it that way. So now we're going to talk about the first body shape. The first and the main body shape for a man and woman is the ideal body shape. All right. For men, the ideal body shape is an inverted triangle. Men are built in that way. The shoulders are broader and the hips are quite narrow. Okay, so that becomes an inverted triangle, right? So the clothing that should be fitted shirts, narrow hip pants with a flare or looser pant cuff. What I mean by the cuff is the bottom part of your pant shouldn't be very skinny, very tight. So then it makes your whole body look very unproportionate. If you wear a flared jeans or a looser pair of jeans rather than the skinny ones that are right now in fashion, it'll make your the visual appeal to you much more. Now, when you're talking about women, the ideal shape is the hourglass, right? The shoulders and the hips are on the same line, and there's a very deep indentation at the waist, right? So, very narrow waist is what I'm trying to say. So, for that, we would dress in dresses or pants and shirts to emphasize the waist and make it look more flattery. So, you can wear a nice belt around your dress. If you're wearing a salwar kameez, go lower, not really a princess cut, but go lower, get the waist darts fitting in at the waist. You would like to have a little bit of a flare on the hip, so you can wear a little bit of ghair, as they call it, for a salwar kameez. So depends on what you're wearing that day. But even if you're wearing saris, you can even wear the slightly heavier saris like the silk kanjivarams or the organzas, and you don't go for the very thin light saris because they will make you look even more slimmer. Add a little bit of contouring to that, right? So make your waist look a little more flattery. It'll make you look even more attractive. Now going into the next one, we have the triangle. Triangle is when the shoulders are a little bit narrower than the hip. Okay, the hips are a little bit broader. So for that, then what are we going to do? To make it look more ideal, we have to make the shoulders look a little bit broader so that they can contour with the hips. Okay, now you can see what I'm trying to say, right? For men, they will have to counter by adding heavier pattern or lighter shirts on the top. If you wear a dark shirt and wear a lighter trouser, then your hips will look even more heavier, right? Your bottom half of your body will look even more heavier. So don't do that, do the opposite. Wear a lighter colored small prints or small pad geometrical designs on the top, and wear a darker trouser or lower half, in your lower half keep it darker, right? Narrower pants at the bottom. You can go for a narrower pant at the bottom also. You don't have to wear a flare pant or a straight cut. Like the 501s, the straight cut jeans of Levi's is something that will suit you very well for this body shape, right? Now for women, when we're talking about the ideal shape, we're talking about the hourglass, right? So then your shoulders are a little bit on the narrower side. Your hips are a little bit on the broader side. So then what are you going to do? You're going to of course emphasize a little bit more on your shoulder. So if you're wearing dupattas or drapes or something flowing, some patterns or designs a little bit heavier on the shoulder, something that starts like a big flower print starting at the shoulder and narrowing down towards your waist, it'll give the visual appeal of a more ideal body shape, right? And again, darker at the bottom and lighter at the top will give that ideal body shape that we are looking for, right? Let's go a little bit into the next one. We're talking about the inverted triangle. Now, when you talk about the inverted triangle shape, that means, people who go to the gym, people who do a lot of, upper body workout, or they're naturally blessed with a stronger upper body, coming from the genes and things like that. So, this again looks a little unproportionate. It looks a little bit too heavy on the top. So how are we going to counter that is what we'll talk about. Inverted triangle shape is when the shoulders are broader than the hips, very much more broader. Okay. Men have to counter it with a small pattern or darker shirts at the top and lighter and looser bottom pants or at the bottom. So what happens is you don't want the shoulders to look so wide and so heavy. You want the shoulders to look a little bit more restricted, because otherwise it is going to look off balance, right? So then when you wear a third layer, make the material very thin, don't have padded pads underneath your jackets, don't have the tags on your shoulders, don't have big prints on top, have a smaller print, have lines, have geometrically, if you're going to have lines or small triangles or small squares or something like that. If you're having patterns of flowers or abstract, keep the patterns very very small in the upper body part, and the shoulder part for the men, you know and then wear darker shirts and lighter bottoms, lighter colored bottoms. Okay, looser pants, slightly looser, so you contour it. If you wear very tight pants, the shoulders will look even more broad. If you wear slightly looser pants and you wear from your mid waist rather than the lower waist, which is now very much in fashion but it doesn't suit everyone, so if you wear it from the mid waist, then it counters it a little bit more and it looks more towards the ideal body shape. Now for women, the ideal body shape, they should wear close fitted and narrow shapes and prints in the upper body and light, loose prints. And below you can wear loose pants like palazzos or gathered skirts or pleated skirts. Wear it a little bit more looser on the bottom half so you can give a little more shape to the hips. And on the top part, you can wear slightly open necks, your square neck or the U-shaped neck or the round neck will be opened out a little bit more on the shoulder part. Don't go very close to the neck. uh, Go get the shapes a little bit more open, so then it counters the shoulder part of it. The shoulders will not look so big, it'll counter it a little bit. Don't go inseam on your shirt stitching or your blouse stitching. Go out seam. What I mean is little bit outside your shoulder rather than inside your shoulder, so then again you're not emphasizing the shoulder there. All right, you can ask me questions. We will discuss the questions as we finish the session a little late in another 10-15 minutes. We're talking about rectangular shape now. Rectangular shape is when the hips and the shoulder are the same and there's no indentation on the waist. That means the waist also comes in the same line. There is not much of a curve, a very slight curve. Okay, so for men, when you wear colors or patterns, they only require to be used. You can wear any color and pattern, you can wear anything, because it's a straight body shape. What you can have to do is wear a high waisted trouser, give an indentation on the waist, not a visual look. It is just for the visual look. The longer the pants, that will make you look a little bit more in shape, right? So heavier patterns and designs on the shoulders will give you the broadening look of the shoulder, so that will give you that ideal inverted triangle look. Okay, for women, the ideal shape of women, they have to have a princess cut. Princess cut is just below the bust line. You have that the yoke or the cut on the bust line, so it more like an anarkali but a little bit on the higher side, right? So you can go in for those cuts even for your dresses, even for your salwar suits, even when you're wearing shirts. If you have a yoke uh, uh, on your top and gives you that cut, then it'll give you the indentation of a waist, so it makes it look a little bit more towards the ideal shape. Okay, longer pants will give you that visual look of having a nice curved waist, so that will also look very nice on you. Okay, longer pants, if you can go a little flare towards the bottom, it'll be even better. But if you're going for a straight fit as well, it'll look very smart on you, right? The next shape that we have is a diamond shape. So what is a diamond shape? Diamond shape is when the hip and the shoulders are on the same side, but we have a heavier waistline. Now this happens with quite a few of us with different body variations as we are moving around. Now colors men can wear any colors, small patterns, or the only requirement will be to use a mid waist or a long up trouser with a single pleat to give a comfortable fit. Now there are two different styles of pants that are available now in the market when we are talking about formals. It is the Andrew plain front and the Windsor single pleat. Now the Windsor single pleat for this kind of body shape is ideal. What happens is they give a little bit of extra cloth around the hip area, so it becomes very comfortable to wear. If you wear a mid waist trouser or slightly on the higher waist trouser, it'll really look good on you on this one, because it'll counter and give that kind of visual adaptation towards the ideal shape. All right, so single pleat will be a comfortable fit. Light and small pattern shirt will give a very fresh look to you and also give you that ideal shape. For women to reach the ideal shape, they can wear high-waisted princess cuts or mid-waist loose pants or long bottoms. Okay, so when we're talking about the princess cut, it is like a wraparound. These wraparounds will look very smart on you, or the princess cut is also when the yoke is very high. Those kind of patterns and shapes will look excellent on you. Any questions you have, please drop them into the chat box. We will try and answer as many questions as we can in the towards the end of the session. The last but not the least is the oval shape, is when the hips and shoulders are narrower than the waist. So this becomes more of an variation in the middle, right? So what happens, the middle is a little bit more heavier than the rest of the body, so that's why that happens. Now a lot of people, especially men, they wear the trousers very low, so they then put emphasis on the heaviness of the middle part of their body. So again, I would say use a mid-waist trouser for this. Use a single pleat trouser. It'll change the way you look completely. Don't go for very dark colors, slightly lighter colors. You can wear an open waistcoat, it'll look very nice. Giving yourself a visual length will look very nice. Open waistcoats, keep your shirt cuff to the edge of your thumb bone. Don't go with very long shirt cuffs. Even your trousers, don't keep them very long, keep them just at your ankle. So these kind of variations will actually give a visual appeal, a visual look to you that you will like it yourself. Straight cut waistcoats is something that you could really look very smart in when we're wearing something like this. Okay, now the ideal shape for women is dark high yoke tops with dark solids and small prints, or mid-waist loose pants, regular length bottoms. Okay, now when we're talking about that, we're talking about when it comes to a dress, shirt, salwar kameez, or any other kind of clothing that you like to wear, this will be more appropriate for you. If your yokes are a little bit on the higher side, it gives a little bit of width to you to wear, to have a little bit of a flare, so then automatically you are more comfortable in what you're wearing. So the end result of anything that you wear is something that you should be comfortable in. So that is the ideal way of presenting yourself when you are whether you're in formals or you are in casuals, or you're going to some function, or you're going to somebody's wedding or something like that. All right. So these are the six ideal shapes of men and women, and we are going to now go into the next part of it. Is we're going to just go and check for questions. So please let me know what you thought about the chat this time. Good afternoon, everyone. It's really nice to see so many of you all here today. Um, yes, so it was really good to see so many of you all to join today and give us a little bit of your time. I'm really excited about that. When we're talking about contouring for shapes, contouring for different styles and things like that, there is so much there in the market. So what we have tried to do is we have tried to give you simple variations, simple ideas that you can bring about when you are going to shop the next time. Now, a wardrobe change cannot happen overnight, right? You cannot just take out everything and chuck it away and then bring out a fresh wardrobe. So what we can do is, we can, whenever we are going next to shop or when you're going to buy next, now that we have understood our different body shape, then we can buy things slowly according to our body shape and then bring that forward. Bring a small changes in your wardrobes. Third layer for people who are in the diamond shape or in the oval shape is very good. Third layer, heavy jackets for people who are in the rectangular shape or who are really slim, for them it'll work. If you want to wear scarves and things like that, especially people who are in the inverted triangle, where the very simple colored scarves, where single colored tone, so that the when you are in the triangle, it kind of adds a little bit of weight on the shoulders and make you go a little bit more to the ideal shape. I'm not seeing any questions here. um, okay, so we're still waiting at good morning for everyone, right? We are talking about layering clothes. So when we're talking about layering clothes, again, it depends on what you want to layer. How do you want to layer your clothes, right? So if you are in the narrower shape, you're the thinner person, or you have like an ideal shape, even a short crop jacket or a long sleeve short crop jacket will look very smart on you, especially if you are rectangular or tubular shaped, right? It'll look very smart on you. But when you are going into you know the ideal shape body, or you're going into the diamond shape or inverted triangle, then you will wear slightly longer jackets that come up to your waist, longer jackets that have got shoulders as well. Only thing is, if you are inverted triangle, then don't have any shoulder pads, don't have all those things. Then we have Sailesh Singh here. uh, Thank you, Sailesh, for telling me, letting us know that it was a very helpful session. uh, and I would really be happy to answer some more questions if there are any out there. Betishri was asking us about layering and clothes, so that's why I answered that question beforehand. We are also thinking of doing this every 15 days. So I open the chat to you to let us know if there is some certain topics that you want to talk about. There are certain uh, things that you have in mind and you are a little bit confused and you want to talk about. You let us know in the email address that we have given you, and we will uh, do those sessions according to the number of questions that have come for that particular session. Vedashri has asked us another question. when the weather is a bit chilly, people tend to wear jackets and hoodies and bulk clothing items. How can they still show shape on your body? Right. So it becomes very convenient to wear hoodies and fleece jackets and things like that because it is very cold. I agree, when it is cold, we do want to cover ourselves, but it would look even more professional and stylish if you wear a nice long jacket. You can wear a wraparound jacket if you are in the idle shape, or you have a triangular shape. A wraparound jacket will actually enhance your body shape. If you are on the inverted triangle shape and the oval shape or the diamond shape, then you can wear a jacket that has three buttons in the front. That will also look very smart. Scarves and pashminas will look very smart, whether it's when you do a cowl neck, or you do a wraparound scarf around your neck, so you can keep warm in that way as well. Fleece jackets and hoodies are very warm and things like that, but they don't fall under the professional look. So even if you're wearing something professional, it kind of breaks your look. So I would not recommend those. I would recommend some nice formal jackets, different colors, suedes, browns, blues, blacks, charcoals, and you can always add more color with some scarves and pashminas and long drapes. Okay, they will look very smart on you. Mohit Shukla had a question. Ideal color for socks to match it with the trousers. Yes, I do agree. Okay, so if you're wearing a navy blue color trouser, please wear navy blue color socks. Gray trouser, gray socks, because I see a lot of people wearing black shoes, black socks, brown shoes, brown socks, and it contrasts very heavily with the trousers. It doesn't really give that flowing visual effect. If you do that, it the visual effect gets broken, and then the body length looks a little bit more stunted and short. Okay, if you want to add body length, keep the visual effect going smoothly throughout. So I would suggest that if you're wearing gray trouser, please wear gray socks. Wearing blue trouser, blue socks. Black trouser, black socks, so on and so forth. Right? Chandramoli ji saying hi, and hi back to you. Also, when I'm talking about this, which are the trousers that go with brown shoes? I would ideally say all brown colored trouser, right? Cream off-white colored trouser also goes with brown shoes more because of the warmth in the color of the beige and cream rather than black. Also, navy blue or royal blue trousers, they look best with brown shoes rather than black shoes because they have a certain number of warmth. When there's a warmth in the color, you can always wear brown shoes. Brown shoes, brown bells, black shoes, black bells. That is the underwritten rule, so to speak. Now, when we're talking about formal shoes, we also have a color called burgundy. Okay, burgundy is a very warm, dark red, dark brown color. Burgundy is a lovely color, and if you can style it well, it'll go with your whites, it'll go with your creams, it'll go with a very light colored trouser. It looks very smart, but also it is a very specific color, so it doesn't go with everything. So you have to be very careful when we are using burgundy as a trouser. I'm sorry, as a shoe. Thank you. Right. Okay, then. I think I will leave the emails open. You can send emails as we are going to be closing this session quickly. Uh, Anyone has one last question? Vedashi's asked for another question. Do you have any advice on accessories to wear? For example, watches, bracelets. Again, accessories will be if you have, like I have a very broad hand and a very broad wrist, so I won't wear something very delicate. My jewelry will be a little bit on the stronger side. It'll be a little bit bolder because my hand is a little bit broader, so then I'll automatically wear that. If you have very thin long fingers, it depends on the shape of your hand. Thin long fingers, then you can wear thin bracelets, you can wear small rings, and small earrings as well. But if you wear very heavy thick, it contrasts. So it depends on what is your goal of the day. If you want to look dramatic, if you want to create a statement, then you would wear something big and you know visually catch eye catching. But if you want to blend in and wear something small, then that would be it. But ideally, for someone who's has broad hands like mine, it'll be very difficult to wear a very simple thin small thing. It'll be non-visible. So it depends. Watches also, metal watches and leather watches are formerly worn. This The smart watches that are now there in the market, they have rubber straps. So they are now coming out with some metal straps as well. So for office wear, be a little more aware that purples and blues and yellows and oranges will perhaps not be ideally sufficient for office wear. Blacks, browns, more like it, right? So you can wear those when you're coming to office. But when you are casually dressed, of course, anything that matches the outfit, that'll be fine. I thank all of you for being here. I thank all of you for taking the time and joining me in this session today. And from British Biologicals, we wish you a very good health and very, very nutritious week ahead. We are going to come back to you in 2 weeks with a new topic. The topic will be what you want us to talk about. So we will expect some mails coming in from you, and we will curtain our topic according to that. I was really excited today, and I'm really happy to be able to present this to you. And we wish you all good health from the